Greetings, programs. This is Wretch. Welcome back to the Thaumaturge. And in the last episode, guys, we were able to complete our rematch against Marana. And now that really cool looking Salutor, this drowned bride, is now part of the family. I still don't know what name to give her for her nickname, but I think I'll figure it out before too much longer. But we need to go ahead and get that mastery taken care of, which requires Rasputin's help. And that is the only quest that we have currently, the Children of Satan. So let's go ahead and meet with Rasputin and see what exactly is going on here.
Hello.
I thought there'd be something to look at. Much ado about nothing.
Who are you? Last time, a different housekeeper came to greet me.
How about that? What? Don't you like us?
That remains to be seen. We haven't known one another long enough.
Made a bad first impression,
I
though.
have all I need to know who I'm dealing with.
This is Maria.
And this is Magdalena. We've all been waiting for you.
Maria and Magdalena. Very interesting. Do you work for the Nandarzyńskis?
Grigori invited us here.
He's waiting for you.
Oh, is he starting to form his harem?
Look at you two, joined at the hip. Are you ever apart?
Rarely. We complete one another, not just in conversation.
Stop it. I'm sure he's not here to talk to us.
Then what do you want?
I've come to see Rasputin.
We know.
Thank you, ladies. What happened to the family? Are they still here?
It
Or have
looks familiar, and yet different.
Or have they mysteriously disappeared? We have a Manson family situation. The Kama Sutra. Variety is the foundation of passion. It is variety that sparks mutual desire. After all, the study of variety is a must in archery and in fencing, and even more so in lovemaking. A woman, no matter how great her anger or shame, will not ignore one who falls at her feet. Kiss the following spots: the forehead, cheeks, hair, eyes, breasts of both sexes, lips, both on the outside and on the inside, thighs, forearms, and female genitals. As the passion grows, nails will mark the body, similar to a brawl. Playful bites will follow a similar pattern. Oh, I do not like where this is going.
Well, well.
Cocktail recipe: a Bloody Mary. 1 measure of vodka, 2 measures of tomato juice, a pinch of something spicy, pinch of salt, a phallic vegetable of choice. An exotic cocktail meant to increase potency and add courage to those who lack it. I think they'd have that on the menu in places I've been in. Okay, looks like the husband and wife are still there. Look at this motley crew.
At last, the wait is over. Here he is. Sit down, Wiktor.
What's going on? What sort of little shindig is this?
It's an expression of gratitude.
I don't know what to say.
Better to say nothing. Sit. Finally.
Ooh. Can we be hypnotized?
I came because my head's hurting again.
Have a seat, please. Support the weak. Be patient towards all men. The moment has finally come. Here too is my loyal friend, Wiktor Szulski. It's thanks to him that we are where we are. And we will be in the future, where we intend. My mind has long been flooded with bloody visions. In their scarlet color, the mists of the future are reflected. I see a great star falling to the blood-stained earth, and the force of its impact tears the roof from sacred temples, including the Orthodox Church of Saint Mary Magdalene, here in Braga.
I'm wondering where he's gonna go with this.
The earth swallows up the Iberian Gate. Kazan Cathedral stands underwater, and Notre Dame de Paris is consumed by fire. Our homeland will then be exhausted by an illness that has long eaten away at her. There's a feeble spark of hope for us. It still flickers, though it may soon go out.
No.
The heir to the throne, little Alexei Romanov, is ill.
Let him keep talking. He loves the sound of his own voice.
But let's not be sad. This news is joyful, as a matter of fact. Because now we know where the source of the danger is, and I can help him. I will heal the heir, just as I healed Wiktor, though he was bereft of hope. Isn't that true, friend?
Join in and help Rasputin tell the story? Say yes, don't say anything. Let's just say yes.
It's true.
I still remember your eyes, resigned, pleading, and then so grateful.
He's not wrong.
That's how you saw it?
I've helped you, just as you've helped us all. Thank you, friend.
That little bit of anger and impatience, though, that was part of the mask slipping.
This is all unnecessary. Truthfully, I've done nothing.
Powerful but modest. Where have you been all my life?
You gave us a chance, and as God as my witness, I won't waste it. Healing the Tsarevich means healing something much greater. The future. A future where each of us will receive equality and respect, regardless of who we are. Free from the afflictions of the body and the soul. Living in health and its resulting ecstasy. Finally, in a future in which we can do anything, but don't have to do anything. Offering unhindered freedom. To the Thaumaturge's health.
Fine speech. Oh Lord, was I initiated?
I'd rather not wake up to sights like that. My head's about to explode.
You didn't want Ligia to see you in such a state.
In that case, it could have been one of my best decisions.
Yes, indeed.
Looking at the events of last night may be the only right one. Time to get up. Get yourself together, and we'll talk later.
Sleep is a waste of time.
Ooh. What can we find here? So I assume that is the new cult that Rasputin has gathered. Suitcase. It looks cheap. Whatever it holds, it isn't worth much. The modest possessions have the glow of hope around them. Hope for a change of fate that seems predetermined. He said he would take care of her, that she was important to him. All she gave him in return was her heart. A SARS medal. I wonder what it's doing here instead of being proudly pinned to a uniform. Unpinned from a uniform in the act of pledging allegiance to Rasputin. The hand that did it trembled, but that lasted only a fraction of a second. In the end, loyalty to Rasputin proved paramount. Sofa. There are pillows scattered around the couch. A lot happened here. She was laughing out loud, trying to stop him from saying bawdy words. But he didn't stop, instead only making her laugh more and more and more until the long-awaited satisfaction came. What we have here in the kitchen. There's a lot to observe. A servant's stained apron. She sincerely enjoyed the work. The family were good to her, but things couldn't continue like this. In the anger that permeates every fiber of her apron, one can sense an echo of longing for good, trouble-free times. But the times when he wasn't here. Broom. Each sweep of the broom brought words full of contempt to her lips. What kind of company is this? The Mr. and Mrs. have started associating with very strange people. To invite such guests is not proper. And this Shulsky fellow? Such a decent name, and yet he's no better than the others. Salt on the doorstep. Scattered on the doorstep as a protection against evil. A hand trembling in fright scattered salt in the hopes of warding off a devilish spirit. Salt was supposed to be good. He was supposed to chase away all evil, even in this form. Only the devil could stink like that. But salt is good. It'll do well against him, too. There's been a change of employment. The servant's worries. Everything indicates that the family's dutiful maid couldn't stand the presence of Rasputin or the guest he brought under the once-respected roof, so she left their employ. She saw him as the devil and looked for a way to ward off the evil spirit, but was apparently unsuccessful. What about the rest of this cavalcade? Empty bottles of expensive liquors. One is put down, another one is raised, another one down, another one raised, until all were empty. By no means was that a sign that the party was over. Looks like everything else is in Rasputin's chamber. Glass of wine, an empty wine glass with lipstick on it. Strange desire lingered on the imprint of the woman's lips. Something new, as if born recently, unexpectedly. The heart freed itself from the fetters of morality and brought previously unknown joy to the body. Rasputin caused this. Incredible. I really think it's one of these situations now, especially with a guy here giving away his medal, like the military. Rasputin's building his power base. He did it very slowly and subtly, but now he's a little bit more, I guess, outward with it. Pipe. It's wooden and looks like it gets a lot of use. It must belong to Lucian. Smoking the pipe was accompanied by a series of persistent thoughts centered around a dominant one. This is wrong. The immorality of the householder's behavior is unacceptable to the smoker. It shouldn't be like this. Ashtray, full of cigarette butts, one after another, after another. The ashtray reveals that the smoker seeks a moment of solace in the ritual cigarette. But the solace does not come, so another cigarette is lit. Maybe this healer will actually help her. Maybe he will fulfill his promises and her life will finally improve. A colorful group of cultists. Rasputin has gathered a very colorful group of people around him who don't seem to have much in common at first glance. They come from different social strata, have different personalities, and yet they share some kind of trust in Rasputin, or at least in his promises. Is this the beginning of a cult? Lucian seems to be the only one with a different opinion. Which means he probably is not long for this house or this world. Invitation to pray. Dear Countess, I trust I find you in good health. I wish to invite you to a unique prayer session that will be held at our humble apartment on Płaskowska Street. The session will be presided over by our guest, an exceptional person who, through prayer, is able to reach the very core of the human soul. Seeing as you are a particularly spiritual person, I expect you would like to attend and experience piety from this entirely new perspective. My kindest regards, Amelia. So she's using her her knowledge of social circles to bring more and more people into the fold. Ugh.
There you are. Finally.
What really happened? My memory is failing me.
For those that sleep in the night are asleep, and those that drink are drunken.
Unbelievable.
Remember, no matter what happens, everything stays between us.
And our photographer.
This whole farce, the thank yous, what's it all for? What intentions do you have toward me?
Intentions that we become friends and help one another, and complement one another. I have skills that you don't, and vice versa. I'm not hiding anything from you, Wiktor.
He just wants you to be the shiniest hammer in the toolbox.
This place looked different. The Nadarzyskis did too.
Everything is happening according to their will and with their blessing.
Not all of them are as favorable to you as your hosts. Their housekeeper quit.
Well, Jesus had opponents too.
And look how it worked out for him. You're aiming high.
Speaking of hammers.
The highest. Anything else you want to share?
People believe in you. Yesterday, I felt as though I was part of some kind of cult.
People are everything, Wiktor. And we are almost like a family. Better, because we're joined by choice, not by blood. We're harbingers of the change that will soon take place. I'm only a guide lighting our way. If there's something still on your mind, speak up.
60 years before the Sharon Tate murders.
All these people, you've gathered a colorful group.
We all come from different environments, from different rungs on the ladder. And that's the most beautiful thing about this. What have you found out about them?
Well, we can just run down the list, can't we?
How did you manage to convince the Tsarist officer to come to you?
He came of his own accord, like all of you. Lazarev has great potential. He's exceptionally eager. He senses that his country is sick, and he'd like to solve the problem. Is there more you need to know?
So military assistance?
Maria is calculated. She stays close because in you she sees a chance for a better life.
And what's wrong with that? I respect that. I don't demand that you all gaze upon me like a sacred icon. But loyalty? There are all sorts of ways a person can win that for themselves. Anything else?
Young and ambitious?
Magdalena still hasn't rid herself of her youthful naivete. I think she's honestly fallen in love with you.
Are you surprised she has? Many a love has had such a beginning. She's a good girl. Let's not hold that against her.
Young and impressionable? He's just checking off all the boxes, isn't he?
Aniela is unknowable, and Lucian is unhappy about the changes taking place in her.
Aniela has completely given up her lust for my sake. She'd rather just pray and pray. I respect that greatly, but I must share my time with others. Do you think that Lucian is jealous about the time his wife devotes to me?
It's possible.
Don't worry about it. Keep talking and asking.
Enough about these people.
I'm at your service, Wiktor. Ask for what you want.
Can we just get Marana, please?
I need your help. Again.
And I won't turn you down again. Her sadness, heartbreakingly cold.
How can we tame her?
Stop fighting her.
What?
There's no need to resist. Go to her.
No way this could end badly. Hugs.
Let me soothe this melancholy. Let it engulf you.
Bet she smells like fish. And we're back. Alright, something to do with hugging. Let me know in the comments, guys. I still don't have a name for Marana, but we got a lot of, you know, a lot of potential for it. Find father's friends. Interesting. Well, we got some points here. What should we have? Finishing argument. Inflicts damage. Oh. Costs 2 to develop. Increases inflicted damage by 140%. Makes the attack on the enemy choose a random target. This upgrade adds a point to the dimension mind. Okay. Good stuff. Now, where do we go? What do we do? Find father's friends. Discover the source of the golem. Search your father's study. Search the Shulsky family shop in Miro. Veiled with holiness. Church of St. Mary Magdalene. Okay, so we have side quests, and this one isn't time constrained. Maybe it is time that we go ahead and discover what Bob wants. We've been holding this off for too long. So that'll actually require us to be heading off into a new direction, into a new area. Well, let's get some info here. It's bustling, busy and crowded. In the patient shadow of the synagogue or the Gosini Dwar Bazaar, resourceful residents are running errands from dawn to dusk. So this is like the primary business hub. Oh, yes it is. Business is a hoppin', and it looks like quests will be too. What do we got here? Sketch. New Pluto telescope constructed by Mordecai Eisenbaum. Beauty of the night sky. Cool. Well, Pluto wasn't discovered until the 1930s, but I guess they just went ahead and named it such. Letter. My dear, we are meeting again this evening for bridge, at the usual place. I will need a resolute partner this time, so I hope you will not refuse my invitation. Give my name at the entrance, and the host will show you to your place. I may be a little late. Stay in good health and see you there. J.N. So we play bridge. Okay, we've got a barber. Points of interest. Oh, we've got new points of interest too. Lots of places to go. Alright. Well, let's see what happens because... Oh.
What do you want to tell me, friend?
Okay, Bob. I'll be there in just one sec. What do we... Scarf. It has an interesting diamond pattern. There's some words of anxious explanation entangled in the fringe. So what if the scarf's in the men's department? The diamonds would go great with the lace. And if I add the shoes I took from Janik, it'll be perfect. Fashion is for the bold. Make our way in the fog. Yep.
And the teacher said, Wiktor, is there right here in the classroom with us right now? I almost pissed myself.
Laugh all you want, but I really can't see it. I can't help it.
So we got a little Abby and little Wiktor there.
Wiktor, promise me that the whispers of these salutors of yours won't turn you into a cynic like your father.
I promise, Mother. I'd rather not change at all, much less into Father.
Well, hold on, Bob. Let me at least get the story here. Bob's like, no, come here. You've been holding this off for too long.
You'll see! My Uber will order you to eat your own brain!
I'm telling Mom, all you Thaumaturges are crazy.
I don't know if Bob would have eaten her brain. Maybe a spoonful, but nothing to resemble a full course. And what do we got? This must be the marketplace. Ooh.
I've been carrying it with me for half a lifetime. I remember there was someone else here. He wasn't happy. He thought I wasn't ready yet. Miss, maybe he was right.
Well, at least Wiktor didn't end up like Keanu Reeves' version of Constantine. You know what I mean? Like getting like committed and all that other stuff. Wait for events to unfold. Okay. Cool. Now, is one of the churches that we're looking for this direction? We also got the points of interest to check out. Oh no, we have to actually leave to do that. Alright. So we'll hold up on that. The Shulsky family shop is here in Miro, so we can get that taken care of. But let's see where this point of interest takes us. So we had to do a lot of running around before. That's the bazaar. Which we believe... Okay, that's up there. So we'll be able to get that knocked out of the way. What about these little alleys and alcoves? The world around us. Announcements. Tonight we expect to observe unusual phenomena in the sky. Eisenbaum argues and invites all astronomy enthusiasts to his studio to look out together for a passing comet. We don't need to introduce this inventor to our readers. The last issue featured an extensive interview about the new telescope designed by Eisenbaum. It is certainly a good idea to take advantage of this invitation. Okay. Now. I'm sorry, I just kind of stopped there for a second. Guy's like, can I help you? Patch jacket. It looks heavy. The jacket is bitten by harsh curses tossed around in pent-up rage at his wife, who dared to criticize the threadbare, checkered fabric and the ragged patches. It's his favorite jacket. So what if he looks like a beggar in it? He doesn't have to be dapper. He's there. And that's enough. We're just going to start looking like Doctor Who. If he keeps on with these like kind of random costumes. Probably the 8th Doctor. Will probably be the most apropos for that dress style. Okay, got a bench here. We've got the barber. Buy some exotic fruits? Now, what do you consider exotic? Among the smells teasing the senses when you cross the market gate, there is one dominating all others. Oranges. Sweet little suns. That's true, I guess they would be exotic for this area. Oranges are great. Cool. And travel here. Let's do one more point of interest, because it looks like there's the shopping district up ahead. And an old pharmacy. And I'm not sure where that is. Oh, that's the Shulsky family shop. It looks like we don't have to go around to other areas, just everything that we need to find is right here, which is class. And I really do appreciate that. But I think this is a good place to go ahead and call it an episode, guys. When we get back, we'll actually head into the bazaar, maybe check out the Shulsky family shop for part of that main quest, and see what other adventures we can find. What's here? Oh, I know that place. Yeah, St. Mary Magdalene's Orthodox Church, which we pass by quite frequently. And one more thing. Photograph. Look at this! Jan Nowacki, chairman of the Bridge Lovers Club. Alright, we are continuing that. We're finding all of the little facets of life that Warsaw has to offer. But yeah, we'll keep pressing on. Y'all like the episode, please leave a like down below. Subscribe to the channel, leave a comment, that'd be a big help. I will see you next time. Later days, everyone.